Welcome back to Great Guitarist of the Rock Era. Rudolf Schenker, the mastermind behind one of the most legendary rock bands of all time, the Scorpions, a guitarist with electrifying riffs, unforgettable melodies, and a career spanning over 5 decades. Today we're diving deep into the incredible journey of Rudolf Schenker, exploring his evolution as a musician and breaking down the key albums and songs that define the hard rock and heavy metal landscape. Before we get started, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more stories. Rudolf Schenker was born August 31st, 1948, in Hanover, Germany. He started playing guitar at an early age, influenced by early rock and roll. He states, "Okay, first of all, I was into rock and roll. Little Richard, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis. For me, it was more fun to be an only singer with a backing band. Everything changed when the British wave with Beatles, Rolling Stones, and the Yardbirds came in. My feeling was that here are 5 friends traveling around the world and playing music. I will do the same. That was, for me, the momentum to look for people I can play music with. Of course, the first songs we played were by the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and also the Pretty Things." Schenker formed the Scorpions in 1965, but it wasn't until he discovered singer Klaus Meine in 1969 when things started to come together. In 1972, the Scorpions released their debut album, Lonesome Crow. A little different from the heavy-hitting rock we know today, this album showcased a more experimental, psychedelic rock sound. Rudolph's guitar work on I'm Going Mad and Action gave us a glimpse of the powerhouse he would become. It was also the only album to feature his younger brother, Michael Schenker, as a full-time member before he left to join UFO. 2 years later, with a few lineup changes, the band dropped Fly to the Rainbow. The album leaned more into hard rock, and this is where Rudolph's signature riffing started to shine. Key tracks like Edie's Coming and the title track, Fly to the Rainbow, gave fans that classic Scorpions vibe. Heavy, but melodic. In Trance marked the beginning of the Scorpions' partnership with producer Dieter Dierks, and it's where the band started developing their definitive sound. Rudolph's riffs on Dark Lady and the anthemic title track, In Trance, showcased his growing confidence as a guitarist and songwriter. Then came Virgin Killer, a bold, edgy, and controversial album that solidified the Scorpions as a force to be reckoned with. Rudolph's riffs on Pictured Life and Catch Your Train were razor sharp, and his partnership with lead guitarist Uli Jon Roth created a dual guitar attack that took their sound to the next level. By 1977, Taken by Force showcased Rudolph's ever-evolving guitar style. Tracks like The Sails of Charon and He's a Woman, She's a Man brought heavier riffs and intricate solos, demonstrating Schenker's versatility. The album marked the end of the Uli Jon Roth era, paving the way for an even bigger future. Love Drive was a game changer. Rudolph's brother Michael returned to lend a hand, resulting in some of the band's most iconic tracks. The instrumental, Coast to Coast, became a fan favorite, and the riff-heavy, Loving You Sunday Morning, showcased Rudolph's ability to craft unforgettable hooks. The albums truly marked the beginning of the Scorpions' rise to international fame. The 1980 album, Animal Magnetism, took the band's sound to a darker, heavier place. Rudolph's riffing on The Zoo became iconic, with its chugging groove that's impossible not to headbang to. The album further established the Scorpions as a global hard rock phenomenon. Blackout was an all-out assault on the senses, with tracks like No One Like You and Dynamite. Rudolph's guitar work reached new heights, blending melody with power. His knack for writing epic rock anthems was undeniable, and this album became one of the Scorpions' most commercially successful records. Then came the defining moment, Love at First Sting. The album catapulted the Scorpions to rock god status. Rudolph's iconic riffs on Rock You Like a Hurricane became one of the most recognizable guitar riffs in rock history. Big City Nights and the emotional ballad Still Loving You also showcased his incredible songwriting abilities. Love at First Sting remains one of the most essential hard rock albums of all time. The late 80s saw the Scorpions release Savage Amusement. While not as hard-hitting as its predecessor, the album featured standout tracks like Rhythm of Love and Passion Rules the Game. Rudolph's guitar work was still as sharp as ever, proving he wasn't ready to slow down. In 1990, the Scorpions unleashed Crazy World, which featured their biggest hit, Wind of Change. While Klaus Meine wrote the song, Rudolph's delicate, melodic guitar lines gave it that unforgettable touch. Another key track, Send Me an Angel, solidified the band's status as one of the rock's greatest ballad creators. As the 90s rolled on, Rudolph and the Scorpions continued to release albums like Face the Heat in 1993, which featured the standout tracks Alien Nation and Under the Same Sun, showcasing a heavier, more modern sound. Albums like Pure Instinct in 1996, Eye to Eye in 1999, and Unbreakable in 2004 proved Rudolph's commitment to evolving as a guitarist and songwriter. In 2007, Humanity, Hour One, demonstrated a more contemporary sound with tracks like The Game of Life and Humanity. Once again, Rudolph showcases adaptability and innovation in an ever-changing music landscape. The Scorpions announced their retirement with Sting in the tail in 2010, but of course, rock legends never truly quit. Tracks like Raised on Rock and The Best Is Yet to Come prove that Rudolf Schenker still had plenty of riffs left in him. And they weren't done yet. Return to Forever in 2015 brought us songs like We Built This House, showing that Rudolph's passion for rock and roll remained as fiery as ever. Their latest release, Rock Believer, was released in 2022 and has the title track as well as the album opener, Gas in the Tank. He continues to tour with the Scorpions, inspiring generations of musicians with his timeless riffs and boundless energy. They have a Las Vegas residency set up in 2025 for their 60-year anniversary. Rudolf Schenker's career is nothing short of legendary. From humble beginnings to global stardom, he's crafted some of the most unforgettable riffs and melodies in rock history. If you've ever cranked up a Scorpion song and felt that electric surge of adrenaline, you felt the magic of Rudolf Schenker. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us your favorite Rudolf Schenker riff. Rock on.